tonight, you know, after last night's video, getting all hyped up about debating, I decided I really wanted to do this. I really do. So I wrote out an opening statement, or at least I thought it out a little bit. I didn't actually write it out word for word. It's just notes on it's about a page worth of notes. So we'll see how long this takes. We'll see how long this takes, and come the time of an actual debate, I might alter or amend this opening statement, or scrap it entirely. It's dependent on a number of variables tonight, so we'll just go ahead and see how things go. I'd appreciate some feedback too. Alright, game faces. Debating isn't anything like riding a bike. If you don't do it for a while, it's kinda hard to pick up where you left off. I haven't debated in quite some time, and I'm pretty sure it's bad form to come out 2 minutes into your opening statement and concede your opponent's foundational premise. But in the interest of being different, I'm going to do it anyway. God exists. Or at least God exists situationally. And I know it might seem as though I'm trying to make my concession seem anything less than total by qualifying God's existence with that word, situationally. But I understand that if a theist got up in a debate and said, I can't prove that God exists all of the time, but I can prove that God exists some of the time, he gets the job done if he can do it. I understand that. But God's existence is dependent on two things: the necessity of God's existence and the willingness to believe in Him. God does not exist unless you both need Him to exist and want to believe in Him. For example, I don't need God to exist. I don't have any questions that need answered. I don't have any missing pieces that need filled in. I don't have any needs that cannot be satisfied by anything but God Himself. Likewise, I don't want to believe in God. I think the whole thing is a huge waste of time and money. God exists entirely within the mind of the believer. That isn't to say that God isn't responsible for many wonderful, benevolent things. The Christian God is responsible for the success of charitable organizations all around the globe, and not just the crooked ones. The Christian God is responsible for the personal betterment of many recovering drug addicts and alcoholics. The Christian God is also responsible for the happy, fulfilled lives of billions of Christians across the globe. Is it billions or millions? That's something I need to look into. Or somebody will tell me. So I won't look into it. Somebody tell me. The happy, fulfilled lives of billions of Christians or millions of Christians around the globe. But God is also responsible for many wicked, despicable things. The Christian God is responsible for countless soldiers being sent off to die during the Crusades. The Christian God is also responsible for the Spanish Inquisition and all of the denominations of witch hunts. The Christian God is also responsible for the lesser offense of spreading hatred and bigotry that can most commonly be found in the red states. A Christian cannot stand up and say that God is responsible for only the good things and none of the bad things. They can't have it both ways, and yet Christians never blame God for failures. But the people who do need God to exist and are willing to believe in Him, they got it done by God's grace. Over the next several minutes, I hope to demonstrate the obtuse difference. That's not what I have written down. The obese difference between God the concept, and I'm still laughing about that. Over the next several minutes, we'll just start over. I intend to demonstrate the obese difference between God the concept, which does exist 100%, and God the creator, which doesn't. Come on, Bible Truth 9, come on! I'm gonna make all these people wait until debate time to hear the rest of my argument.